everyone, it's Louise with Louise MK Art and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing another Lazy Susan. I'm trying to get ahead and I have a great color palette that I discovered because I was commissioned order, I guess, of coasters with a dictated color palette from one of my subscribers here. And I love the combination so much. I'm going to go bold and go with a Lazy Susan on this. I think I'm even going to make paint skins for a charcuterie board. I love this color combination so much, and it's not a color combination I play with. What was dictated to me was an orange and a blue and silver if I wanted to use it. And I ended up adding these other colors to this combination of 6. And yeah, I really love it. So I'm not going to waste any time here. What I've got, I am back on speaking terms with my Multi-Pro. Now, I did put this in my vacuum cylinder, which debubbled it. And I'm actually really happy with that little machine. It was like 140 bucks. I got it off Amazon. I have it linked in the description if you're having a real problem with bubbles. It has definitely helped me out. So, and in my usual way, I don't go too far when I'm first pouring down the pillow, because I don't want to have a really great composition and then watch it all spin off. But I might need a little more. I might need a little more pillow than that, so let's just do a little bit more. That's why I spin it to start with, just to see where we are. But yeah, the last thing I want to do is have too much paint down and then have to fight to try to keep composition on. Okay, so I've got this thing pretty much where I want it, so I'm not going to lift the Lazy Susan up. I'll just spread the pillow out this way. Okay, colors. It's a color palette you may or may not have seen yet. Don't know. This is Artez's Pearl Pastel Green. Get it right in the middle. And I will definitely be speeding up as I lay down the colors, because you don't need to see me doing this at real time. So everyone, I'm picking up the speed to 5 times to save some time. This was a 30-minute creation video. I'm trying to get down into 12 or 13 minutes. And if you're new here, I'm going to explain that I do cut out a lot of the mundane, a lot of spinning I cut out once you've seen how fast I spin, and I also cut out some of the obvious stuff and clean up. I make my tutorials as concise as possible and informative and worth your while to spend your time here. And if you're new, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and you'll get all my latest tutorials. Also be aware there's a description. If you click on the title, it'll give a drop down to all kinds of details and links to things that are used in this video and others. All right, so I'm going to have my Berta. I'm going to have it on high and cool. No heat on that. And then I'm actually going to lay down. Let's make sure it's on. Okay. I'm going to lay down the cell activator. I'm going to blow it out with my mouth to start with. I'm going to do it a little different this time and see what kind of results I get. This is my American Floetrol cell activator recipe. It's video 141. I'll link it above in a second. It works great, as you'll see in the results. That's the white, my cell activator video 141, if you want to see how I make it and the ingredients. Oxide black. So all I'm doing here is blowing straight down into the cell activator to start it spreading, like I saw on Garrick Brown, who's done this on several of his creations. Kind of makes sense to me to give this a head start before I put the blow dryer on it, and I think it worked this time. There we go. So while I'm blowing this out, I've lowered the volume so you can hear me speak. I want to just explain a few things. If you go into my description, you'll see the recipe for my pouring medium and also the pillow paints that I use. But what's important is that you find a recipe that you like with whatever artist you want to go with, and you follow their recipe. Because in this case, with my pouring medium, my pillow, and my cell activator, everything has to work in concert with each other. The pillow has about a 4-second trace. The paints, once mixed up, have about a 2 to 3 second trace, and the cell activator pours right back into the container. And for a bloom blowout like this, the consistencies need to be working with each other to get the results that you're looking for. Well, these colors are amazing, and I have unbelievable cell activity going on here. All right. So I'm going to hop skip through this section. All I'm doing is breaking up the surface tension on the edge of the pillow paint to get it to start to flow. Look at this. Look at where we're starting from. Oh, just amazing. All right, we're going to give it a nice, gentle spin to start with. Actually, that was a little faster than I would normally call gentle. And what I do gentle for is I want to see where things are spinning off to. And I can already see I'm spinning off to one side faster than another. Which is fine, as long as I'm able to catch it. Actually, you know what? I'm actually farther over there than I am over here. Oh. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to go for here is getting everything to open up at about the same rate. Which, if you look at this thing right now, it's about ready to spill over all sides, which is good. And if I end up with negative space in this, I am totally happy with that. So I'm keeping this full first spin in on regular speed so you can see the speed that I'm going at, but in the future I'm going to be cutting and snipping out some of the spin. All right, since we're already over the spillway in some of this, let's just get it all the way so I can just focus on the development of the composition and the final creation. I'd like it to go this way if I can. What if I can't go this way? So all you do for the newbies, you just tilt your piece to whatever direction you want it to go, and that helps the weight of the paint kind of head in that direction. So when you go back to spin it again, it's going to be already kind of have a propensity to go in that direction. Okay, let's give it a roll. A little bit faster this time. We're spilling off in all directions now. Might want to get a palette knife or two ready. All right, we're gonna play a little bit here before we go too much farther. I really need this to balance off the rest of this piece. Still need to spread more, and I don't know how much I have left in the middle, which I'll have to check next. It's a little off center. I don't know if I dare touch this. I almost feel like I want to drag something into there, but I don't know if I drag, if I'm going to end up saying, oh, why did I do that? Oh, I'm happy with that. Kind of coincides with the others. Kind of, you know, gives it a little balance. I try to be aware of the different types of character in the piece. You know, what the piece is giving me and what I've added to it. Check the middle again. It's still a little more than I want, so I think I need a little more spin. I think we're going to be fine with that. So I'm going to clean up the bottom. I'm going to call this done. So everyone, that's a wrap. Here is a brief overview of the resin results of the full creation here. And I'm also going to have, with that Lazy Susan, all the other things I created with the color palette that I showed before. So here's the Lazy Susan. I have coasters, a charcuterie board, a clock, and also a tray I'll show at the very end here. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. At the very end, I will have a link to my other Lazy Susan playlist if you want to see other colors and other kind of creations. Be reminded that I will be teaching at the Fluidart Boutique in Washington, D.C. between the 6th and the 8th of August. I have 3 classes teaching the bloom technique. We'll be blooming on coasters, a CD for the face of a clock, and jar lids for a jar creation. I'll also talk about how you take your bloom into the functional art level that you see here. Thanks a lot, everybody, and take care. Till next time.